A lot of isekai anime released in 2022 and there are more to come. We now still enjoyed some of ongoing isekai anime. While waiting for the new episodes, what about to check out the upcoming isekai anime coming out in 2023? Number 20. Sweet Reincarnation. A promising pâtissier meets his demise and leaves the world without ever having achieved his dream of making the world's greatest pastry. But when he is given another chance, he reincarnates as 9-year-old pastry mill Mortone, determined to be successful this second time. His life would not be as sweet as his treats, though, as he encounters unfamiliar hardships in the magical world. To get one step closer to his lifelong desire, Pastry must learn how to fight, utilizing his confectionery knowledge and discovering magic along the way. Number 19. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world, too. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world follows Yuya, a bullied teenager who stumbles upon a door leading to a fantasy world. By traveling through, the protagonist receives a physical makeover along with a number of overpowered abilities. He can also travel back to Earth, which he does frequently. This anime is going to release as Winter Anime 2023. Number 18. The Magical Revolution of Reincarnated Princess. A tale about a princess who remembered with her previous life at young age and her intense love of magic in her old life. Princess Anispia herself, who is developing the unique magical theory based on past life memories called magicology. During a magical accident, she finds a scene where her brother Algard was breaking off with his fiancée Euphilia, and unjustly stripped of her title as the next kingdom's monarch. Anispia offers a plan to Euphilia to regain her good name and research magic with her and somehow making them live together. Little do these two ladies know that their chance encounter will change not only their futures, but the kingdom and the entire world. Number 17. Chained Soldier. Otherworldly spaces known as demon cities appeared in various parts of Japan, and those who partook in the peaches growing there gained unique abilities, but only if they're girls. One day, a down-in-the-dumps high school boy named Yuki Wagora suddenly gets lost at the entrance of a demon city. There, he meets Kyoka Uzen, the beautiful leader of the 7 programs of Magical Defense Corps, who orders him to become her slave. Number 16. The Fruit of Evolution Season 2. The sequel for The Fruit of Evolution 2. It's isekai rom-com anime about the love relationship between a boy named Seichi Hiragi and a female gorilla, at least at first the boy transported to another world. Number 15. Farming Life in Another World. Follow Makio Haraku, a 39-year-old man who died from a serious illness. God give him an opportunity to bring him back to life and send him to a fantasy world he is choosing. God offering him which is intending to give him strength, but instead he requests to have a healthy body, live peacefully, know the local language and to able to be a farmer. God grant his request and bestows him the almighty farming tool. His life of farming in another world is begin, where he starts from digs, chops and plows. Number 14. In Another World with My Smartphone Season 2. Season 2 of In Another World with My Smartphone anime released a main visual and the first trailer along with broadcast information. The premiere date is set for April 2023. Number 13. My One-Hit Kill Sister. What do you think if you, a gaming enthusiast, transported to another world, but your sister is the one become the strongest, while you are the weakest? This will be on My One-Hit Kill Sister isekai anime. Asahi, a high schooler who has a knowledge of video games, got lost and end up in another world. He tried to use it to enjoy this new world, but find out that he is pathetically weak, and the sister who has a huge brother complex toward Asahi is the one who become the strongest due to his ultimate cheat skills. The fantasy tale of the strongest elder sister with weakest younger brother in another world begins. Number 12. Am I actually the strongest? What do you think if you're getting reincarnated into another world but abandoned by your parents because they think you are powerless? This will be story for a 30-year-old NEET, Haruto, who is reincarnated as a baby named Reinhard and given incredible level. Born in the royal family, by Queen Gisello and the King Jill, they abandoned him in the forest, though that he has appeared to be weak. However, the truth is his magic is too strong as human in this world. Number 11. Bofuri Season 2. Bofuri centers on a young girl Kaide Hanjo who is invited by her friend to play VR MMORPG New World Online. Using the name Maple, she is creating a shield user character with maximum defense stats just because don't want to get hurt and continue to turn her status point to increasing her defense level. It's resulted her to move slowly with no magic ability, but acquired an absolute defense, which allows her to endure most hits without taking any damage. Bofuri Season 2 is going to release in January 2023. Number 10, By the Grace of God Season 2. The continuation of By the Grace of the Gods Isekai Reincarnation anime. Follow Ryoma Takebayashi, a lonely man who's struggling in life until he dies during his sleep. He reincarnated in another world as a child. He lives his new life using the advantage of his original knowledge and abilities with challenges. The gods' blessing also take him to the happy meetings with new people. Season 2 going to release in January 2023. Number 9. My unique skill makes me op even at level 1. Sato, who died from overworking at a black company, was reincarnated to another world. Although Ryota was alive, he was now burdened with the inconvenience that his level is fixed to 1 in this new world. Although he wasn't able to raise his level, he had a unique skill that can create a cheat-like item that shouldn't exist in the world for monsters. Knowing this, he maxed out his stats with the help of ability-up items, and he gathered a number of weapons and items that can only be used by himself, which made him have the strongest stats and gear despite being level 1. Number 8. Saving 80,000 gold in another world for my retirement. After falls off a cliff, Mitsuha transported to medieval European fantasy world. When she is facing dangerous in a battle against a pack of wolves, she realizes that she is able to transport between the two worlds, Earth and the New World. Knowing this fact makes she decides to live in both worlds and taking advantage to set up her retirement. To retire, she need to save 80,000 gold coins, and this is the story of her to come up with different ways to collect gold coins. Number 7. Chronicles of Aristocrat Reborn in Another World. A young man, Shina Kazuya, getting killed after trying to stopping a crime in a convenience store. The next thing he knows that he wakes up as Kane von Silfert, a 3-year-old son of aristocratic family, in the world of magic and swords. In his 5th birthday, the gods that brought him to this world blessing him with immense magical power that can only be described as extraordinary. This extraordinary powers usually gets him in trouble, and he is so careful about telling his potential to people and must keep it secret. As he learns to control his power, his life full chaotic is begin in another world. There was once a man who was summoned to another world, and saved it. Of course, he became too popular there, and turned into an isekai normie. However, that man fell into a trap, and was forcibly returned to his original world. Moreover, he had to start over as a baby. This is the story of the Way 2 fantastic ex-hero who lived as a gloomy high schooler, as he gets summoned once again to that same other world in a very unexpected development. Number 5. The Reincarnation of the Strongest Exorcist in Another World. A new life of strongest exorcist in another world after betrayed by his friends. He wishes to be happy when he is on the verge of death, and somehow attempts to spell a secret reincarnation technique, and he is reincarnated, but on another world. He reborn into notable wizard family, but somehow judged for don't have magical ability. Realizes that the magic in his new world is nothing compared to his old Onmyo arts. He declares that he doesn't need magic and will survive with his powerful exorcist techniques and strong demons who working with him. Thus begin the life of the strongest exorcist in a fantasy world. Strongest exorcist in a fantasy world. Number 4. Handyman Saito in Another World. A new isekai comedy anime about an ordinary handyman that gets transported to another world. In the new world, he finds that his skills are very useful and understand what it means to be needed. The ordinary handyman, Saito, forms a party to explore the dungeon with a beautiful and strong warrior, Railza, a powerful magician, Marak, and cute fairy, Lafanpan. The experience he has is really needed by them to open a locked Number 3. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. Along with 3 other heroes, 27-year-old Mukoda Tsuyoshi is transported into a fantasy world to rescue a kingdom from a mysterious threat. However, it soon becomes clear that Tsuyoshi has been dragged into the summoning ritual by accident. His only skill turns out to be food menu, which allows him to open an interface where he can purchase and obtain food-related supermarket items from modern Japan. Unceremoniously booted out of the palace, Tsuyoshi sets out on his own into his new world. However, his ability to create delicious dishes unknown to this world soon pays dividends, even attracting the legendary wolf Fenrir. Fenrir is so taken in by the food that the creature immediately forms a contract with Tsuyoshi, becoming his familiar. Followed by this whimsical mythical being, Tsuyoshi takes up a job as a merchant and adventurer, traveling and cooking up mouth-watering meals that never fail to amaze the inhabitants of this world. Number 2. The Misfit of Demon King Academy. Season 2. The Misfit of Demon King tells the story of a demon lord who gets reincarnated 2,000 years into the modern world. It was recently confirmed that the second season of The Misfit of Demon King would air in 2023. Number 1. Mushoku Tensei Season 2. Mushoku Tensei follow Rudeus, who is reincarnated on another world after getting hit by a truck. In previous life, he is a 34-year-old Japanese man who shut himself away from the society due to his trauma when he was in high school. Now, as he reincarnated and getting new life, he starts to open himself to the world and regaining back his motivation to life. In the world of sword and sorcery, Rudeus develops a strong affinity for magic due to his aptitude and early training. In the second season, after parted ways with Aris, Rudeus starts his adventure to the north in order to find his mother, Xena. After some while, he finally gets the clue from his old friend and getting an invitation to attend the Rinoa Magic Academy. Thank you for watching this video and don't forget to subscribe for more.